Hi, I'm Dr. Walter Matwichuk, and the purpose of today's intermittent reinforcement email message is to talk to you about what is known in rational emotive behavior therapy as awfulizing. When we awfulize, we are making a self defeating evaluation, an extreme evaluation about a bad event. However, the evaluation that we're making is illogical and tends to lead to emotional disturbance. Often, that emotional disturbance is anxiety, but it can also be other emotions as well, like anger or even depression. When we awfulize, what we're essentially doing is rating a bad event more than 100% bad. Now, bad events can only be rated on a continuum from 0 to 100% bad. However, when we say that this event is awful, what we're really saying is that it's more than 100% bad. And that extreme evaluation tends to lead to emotional disturbance. What's implied when we awfulize is that the event is so bad that nothing could be worse. We can't transcend it. We can't experience any happiness given the circumstances that we face, and that no good can come from bad. However, what one can do is challenge each of these ideas and see that nearly always good can come from bad, that nearly always nothing is 100% bad, that even when things are very, very bad, humans can transcend them and are better off for doing it. So, in rational emotive behavior therapy, what we encourage you to do is first understand the distinction between bad and awful, whereby bad comes along a gradient from 0 to 100% bad, and awful is beyond 100% bad. And then strive to think in a way, discipline your mind so that you think in a way that evaluates events on this badness continuum from 0 to 100% bad. Even tragedy can be rated on the scale from 0 to 100% bad. Certainly, there are tragedies, and we're not denying that. However, people do transcend tragedies. Good can come from bad, even when there are tragic events. And unfortunately, tragic events are part of the human experience. And what we're encouraging people to do is to acknowledge negative events or even tragic events, but to take the awfulizing, if you will, out of the tragedy. So I would encourage you to study today's intermittent reinforcement email message and think about when you might awfulize about a bad event. It doesn't pay to awfulize. However, it does pay to think logically and see that bad events occur and they can be rated from 0 to 100% bad, but not more than 100% bad. In fact, not even 100% bad, because no matter how bad things are, they still can be worse. You should also make a distinction between catastrophizing, which is a term that many people use in the cognitive behavioral world, and awfulizing. In our view, catastrophes exist, and therefore, what we want to do is not awfulize about catastrophizing. Consequently, it's better not to use the term catastrophizing. I believe it's more precise to see that awfulizing or even terribilizing more accurately describes the self-defeating, extreme, evaluative process that REBT is targeting. So give careful thought to today's intermittent reinforcement email message, and then be on the lookout for your own instances when you awfulize about negative events. I would also like to encourage you to attend my Saturday morning demonstration hour. It's at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's on Zoom. And each week I take a volunteer from somewhere around the world and show them how they may very well be awfulizing, or at least thinking in an irrational, self-defeating way. After 40 minutes of conversation, I then take questions from the viewing audience. We've done this now for about 130 weeks, and it's a great way to observe the therapeutic process of REBT in action. So it's at 9 a.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. in Bucharest, 7:30 in New Delhi, 11 p.m. in Tokyo, and I skipped London, which I usually mention, but that would be 2 p.m. in London. So that's 9 a.m. in Philadelphia, 2 p.m. in the UK, London. It's 4 p.m. in Bucharest, 7:30 in New Delhi, and 11 p.m. in Tokyo. I hope you can join us, and I'll see you on Saturday. Till then, try not to awfulize when you do not do perfectly well.